Hey everybody, this is a video about binomial expansion. So I'm going to do a couple of problems from the worksheet and hopefully that will help you guys out. So for example, I'm going to do number 19, which says that 1 minus 4x to the fourth power, all to the fourth power, needs to be expanded completely. And since the outer exponent is a 4, that would give us a certain row in Pascal's triangle, which we know is 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. And so because of that, I think the cleanest, smoothest, most repeatable method I've found is to write it out just by starting with the exponents. Give myself lots of room because there's probably going to be a whole bunch of exponents and stuff that I want to make sure I get. And the next thing I do is I put the terms that are within the binomial, so these two terms, and I'm going to multiply those two. And I'm going to leave off the negative just for now and just pretend like it's all positive, and I'll deal with the negative later. So here's what that would look like. So that would, and since there's a 1, we could really leave that 1 off, but just because I want this method to be repeatable no matter if it's a 1 or not, I'm going to write it just for now. Feel free to leave off the 1 when it's your turn, but I consider it like training wheels. Like, it's good for you to write down just for now. And so we haven't done anything to the exponents. We haven't done anything to the signs. I just wrote my x and y, right? So, kind of like assuming like it's x plus y to some number. What's my x and what's my y? My x in this case is 1, and my y is negative 4x to the fourth power. So that's kind of how I'm viewing it. So once I have the two terms from the binomial listed, then I deal with the exponents. And the exponents, since we have here this 4, it goes like this: 4, 0, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 0, 4. And that's also one reason why it kind of helps to write the 1, even though the 1 is going to be, unnecessary, superfluous. I still want to write it just for this method right here, just so you can see kind of why the numbers are the way they are. So now let's deal with the signs. So we have this negative here, of course. And that means that whenever the exponent on that term is odd, the negative will stay. And if it's even, the negative will go away. So in other words, even, positive, odd, negative, and only on that term. So right here, this is even, so that's fine. This one here is odd, so this gets a minus, right? This one is even. This one is odd, so it gets a minus. This one is even, so it's a plus. And that's it, and I'm done. Except I just have to, simplify a little bit, but that is basically it. So let's do that real quick. And so this is just 1, so it doesn't really matter. And this is also 1, because anything to the 0 power is 1. So this just becomes 1. This next one, again, this stuff right here is just 1. And here we do have a minus, but we also have these two 4s, so they become 16, and we have x to the fourth power. Next up, again, this is just 1, and this right here is going to be 16x to the 8th, so that becomes 96x to the 8th, because 6 times 16 is 96. Then we have a minus, And again, this one is not really necessary. Here, 4 cubed, I'm thinking of this right here. 4 cubed is 64, times 4 is 256. So we're going to get 256. And this 3, remember this exponent here, I probably should have put the arrow the other way. This exponent will distribute to both things within the bracket. So the 4 will get cubed, and the x to the 4th will get cubed. And so x to the 4th that's cubed will be x to the 12th. Because 3 times 4 is 12. Plus, 1 times 1 is 1. And here we have 4 to the 4th power, which of course is 16 squared, which is 256. 256. And times x to the what? Well, 4 times 4 is 16, so that's x to the 16. And that is it. That is the answer to that one. So everything's nice and smooth and in its simplest form. So this is fully expanded. Yay. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to do number 23. No, that's too easy. The other ones all have ones. Maybe I should do my own problem. Let me. I kind of want to do my own problem. Let's do. Let me do my own. Let me make it harder. So I'm taking this off of number 24. Number 24 says 4u cubed minus 1 all to the 4th power. And all of these have 1s for some reason, except for the other one, but it only has cubes. So let's make it a little harder. Let's make this, let's make it a 2. Give it at least something. And they want to know the 4th term. Should I do Pascal's triangle? Well, so on one end, you could just do what we just did, which means that you could just say, oh, hey, this is the 4th power. So, I'm going to have 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. And then I can write in, 4u cubed times 2. 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 And then you deal with the exponents. So you go 4, 0, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 0, 4. And then you deal with the signs. This one is odd, this one is even, this one is odd, this one is even. And you would be done, and you just say, oh, the 4th term, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's this one right here. So that would be minus 128. Minus 128 times u cubed. That would be the 4th term of that one. And by the way, it's not the same as the answer in the worksheet because I changed it to 2 instead of 1. So if you want the one from the worksheet, you have to divide this by 8. So that would be negative 16 u cubed. So that's one way to do it. It's certainly fast enough, and certainly with these low numbers, that's not a problem. So the only other question is, I guess, then, how do you find this if you don't want to do it this way? Is there another way? And we talked about using a combination formula in order to take a shortcut on Pascal's triangle. So obviously with just 4, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, we kind of memorize that. We can use Pascal's triangle for that. So the combination really just helps you find that coefficient of Pascal's triangle. And so I guess I don't know if I should even do it because this is for your quiz. This is sufficient. This is totally sufficient for your quiz. So I suppose if you really want to know how to do it, you want the fourth term, right? So it's kind of difficult to explain. It's good that we just did it because we can kind of refer back to this one. So first of all, you want to find this number right here, this 4. And we can use combination formula for that. Remember, that's n factorial over k factorial times n minus k factorial. But, you know, so you can say, well, it's the fourth term on pick 4. Oh, wait, but there's 5 terms. And the thing I had a hard time relaying to you guys is that you have to subtract 1. You have to subtract 1 because Pascal's triangle always starts with the 0th term, meaning not the 0th term, but gosh, I'm doing a horrible job. And I don't do edits. I don't. I will not hire an editor. I don't have time for editing. Remember I said, oh, coin flips, 1 for 6 for 1. This is 0 tails. This is 1 tails, 2 tails, 3 tails, 4 tails. And there's 5 numbers, right? There's 5 numbers. So the fourth term on this list means I actually have to use the 3. I know that's confusing. You have to subtract 1. You have to use the 3 instead of the 4. So it's kind of like saying I want 3 tails on 4 flips. That's the fourth term when you expand everything to the 4th power. And so what I'm going to use is I'm going to say n is 4 and k is 3. And what that gives me is 4 factorial over 3 factorial times 4 minus 3 factorial, which is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 3 times 2 times 4 minus 3 is 1. 3 times 1, and you can say times 1. It end up not mattering. This cancels with this, and that's 4. And that's how you get this number. That's like, I didn't have to do all that to find that 4. I could just use Pascal's triangle. And you're right, and that's why this is really superfluous. So for your quiz especially, you don't really even need to do this, especially because it's so confusing with the -1. So I would say for your quiz, I would just drop it. But if you want to, you know, get a math major, then you should probably know how to do this. What else? Oh yeah, so then this right here, this is just a matter of figuring out the 1 and the 3, and then just taking the parts of the binomial and taking it to that power. So if they want the 4th term, you can kind of do these things in your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, it's 1 and 3. Or you can say the 4th term is going to give me that 3. It's going to give me that 3. I know it's a weird way of remembering it, but sometimes things are weird. And there you have it. Okay. Thank you, guys. Good luck.